Hello, everybody. It's Vicky here, Director of the Institute. For those of you who haven't noticed my slight absence, I have been a little bit unwell and I'm recovering now at home after having some surgery. And I'm just taking it nice and slow and nice and easy. But while I've been in this situation over the last many months, but particularly the last month between surgeries, it's given me time to think about my business. And I wanted to share that with you because this year, connection is a really strong word for me. And what I want to do via connection is to shuffle around how I run my private practice, my coaching practice, and the Institute. So I've been thinking a lot about business, about how I structure my business, about how I strategize my offerings and how I leverage my time. Not so much leveraging my time at the Institute, but I am going to be getting help for that. But leveraging my time as a business owner with my own coaching and therapy practice. And that is what I wanted to talk to you about specifically right now, because for many of you, that's where you're at. You are practitioners, health coaches, life coaches, massage therapists, essential oil mentors, personal trainers. Many of you are already doing your own thing in your own business, and sometimes that's part-time, full-time, working for yourself, working for somebody else, renting a room, whatever it might be. And I know many of you are trying to take your businesses online, and many of you are working around family commitments and children. And, look, these are all things that I've done myself in the last 8 years, having my private practice. But one thing that's been really clear to me, particularly in this downtime recently, is how can I do things better? How can I streamline my time, my services, my skills easier, simpler, just enabling me to connect to my audience in a more streamlined way so that I'm really allowing myself to have the time that I need, not just to heal at the moment, but the time that I need to continue to create and to continue to share and help people. So one of the things that I've been doing is diving into marketing, diving into what other people are offering, how they're offering it, and just looking over it with a real critical eye as to, is it going to work? How is it working? Can it be improved upon? Will it fit comfortably into my business and how I do things? Will it not? And one of the reasons that I'm doing this is because research is key. I've never been someone who has watched what others have done and perceived them to be successful and just followed what other people are doing. That's not the way to run your business. What I've done is got educated. I've learned from other people. I have taken what I think would be applicable to my business and how authentically I want to show up and run my business. And I've tried to implement those in a way that is in alignment with who I am and how I want to work. So that's why I've always been a bit of a maverick. In my hometown where I live, I have done a lot of firsts. I was, the first person to be offering meditation courses. I was the first one to be offering meditation coaching. I was the first one to do raw chocolate classes and natural homemade skincare. I've done a lot of firsts. I did the first women's wellness retreat, a 4-day event that I did back in 2014. And that was such a successful event for me. And no one had done a women's wellness retreat in this area before. Very quickly after that, other people were running meditation classes, other people were running raw chocolate classes, other people were trying to do 4-day retreats or 3-day or 2-day retreats. Some of them didn't get past the we're thinking about doing it stage. So what I'm trying to say in business is that you can't just do what other people are doing because it seems like it's successful for them. It has to be because it makes sense to you and it is aligning with what is important for you and how you want to run your business. So one of the things that you really need to get clear on is why. Now, if you scroll down in our private group here, you'll find a post that I posted, let me see, on February 4th. And there was another post that I posted, no, actually 2 on February 4th. So if you go down and have a look in this private Facebook group, you will see that I made a couple of posts on the 4th of February. One was about passion can be fleeting. So you need a highly personal and selfish why to stay focused and motivated to do what needs doing when building your business and helping others. So I've given you a few examples there. And your big why has to be more than I want to work for myself and make lots of money. Look, that's admirable. Everyone wants to be able to make enough money to get by. Some people want to make enough money for other reasons. And this is part of your why, is getting really, really clear on why do you want to have your own business? Why do you want to be a coach? Why do you want to make money? Why do you want to make a certain amount of money? Not just because that certain amount of money is supposedly the line of success or whatever success is supposed to mean. You have to really be defining your own version of success. Yes, you can be a six-figure coach, but is that really necessary for you to be successful? This is where your why comes into play. So if you have a look at one of those posts that I put there on really defining your why do you want to be in business? Why do you want to help people? Why do you want to grow your business online or in person? Or why do you want to create packages or programs? You've got to get really, really clear on your why, because otherwise you're just not going to have the motivation. You're not going to have the commitment necessary to know what you are working towards. Where are you going? What's the reason you're going there? What are you going to get out of it? This is why you need to know what your why is. So I've given you a few examples there. Is it to have more time and financial freedom? Now that's a big one. A lot of people want more time and they want more financial freedom. So time and financial freedom. And then I think it's best to even break that down even further. What kind of time are we talking about? What kind of financial freedom do you want? And again, with the financial freedom, that comes back to how much do you need to make in order to be financially free? Is it enough money to pay off your mortgage in the next 5 years? Is it enough money to earn enough to take your family on an all expenses paid holiday once or twice a year? So is that just making $30,000 a year so that you can take your family on a holiday, all expenses paid, without the stress or the worry? Does that mean that you want to make $60,000 a year? Does that mean that you want to make $80,000 a year so you can contribute to your mortgage and help your partner pay that mortgage off within 5 years? You know, what is your why? That's about getting really, really clear and narrowing it down, because just earning $1 million or just earning a six-figure amount doesn't equal success. Because if you don't know why you're earning that much money, you don't really have a clear picture of, well, is that really equating to what my version of success is? So a few other things to define your why. Is it to be able to travel while you earn? A lot of people want to be location dependent. I can be location dependent. I can work on my phone while I'm in the hospital, which is actually what I have been doing in the last month in my several trips into the hospital. I was able to check my emails. I was able to log into the student platform and sort out some technical issues. I was able to, write emails and newsletters from my phone in the hospital. And I was able to do that because my business is location dependent. A few other examples: to work 3 to 4 days a week. I work a few hours every day, and yes, sometimes Saturdays and Sundays. I don't have a lot of support systems around me. That is changing this year. I am going to be contracting at least 1 to 2 people to help out with expanding the Institute and our course offerings. So watch out for that, particularly if you're Australian based, because I would like someone in my time zone to be able to help out the Institute. And of course, I'd love it to be a graduate. So, working a few hours per day, working 3 to 4 days a week, just having that time to be able to look after the kids or go away or have a couple of days to do something else, or work half a day and then have half a day to be able to go to a yoga class or to go to a networking group. If you like networking, I don't. But, whatever it is that you want to do. To take 2 holidays per year, earn a certain amount by the end of financial year. I've already hit my financial goals in December for this financial year, and that was only halfway through the financial year. Super, super proud of that. Haven't actually really spoke about that or even mentioned it on social media, because for me, I really don't like when business people online boast about being six-figure business or a seven-figure business or a this business. To me, I don't care about any of that crap. I'm not in business to make money. I know how to make money. That's not an issue. For me, it's I want to empower people with self-knowledge so that they have choice on how to live their lives. For me, that is my bigger why. To send your kids to private school. Look, if you just want to earn an extra 40 grand to be able to send your couple of kids to private school, if that is all you want for your business to be able to provide and contribute to your family, that is a success, but that is your why. And that's what you need to be clear on. A couple of other ideas here. To pay for a weekly cleaner. My husband would love if we got a cleaner. I don't want a cleaner. I like to be able to do those normal things of cleaning the house and, doing the washing, which my husband loves to do to try and help me out and get the washing done. I mean, if you have a partner who loves to do the washing and vacuuming and all that kind of stuff as well, keep them. They are awesome. My next door neighbors, they both work and they hire a cleaner once a week. They also order their groceries online and have them delivered because that is good for their time management. Sometimes it's the little things like that that can make such a big difference to your day. And if that means that you have a successful business because it is running in the way that you want it to run to serve you, then that is your success. It doesn't have to be measured on how much you make or how much other coaches or other practitioners or other business people online are making. Please don't compare yourself to what other people are doing online. They're not you. You're unique. You have your own offering. So you need to be very clear on your unique why you're in business in the first place. It doesn't have to be measured on other people's success. Define your own success. So some more ideas here. To pay for someone else to iron your clothes. I don't particularly like ironing. I can do it. I'm pretty decent at it, but it doesn't mean that I enjoy it. But, if that's something that you want other people to do, to be able to put your clothes into the dry cleaner and afford that without even thinking twice about it. I took my husband shopping in December. And, I spent a couple $100 buying him new clothes for work and shoes and things like that. I didn't even think twice about it because I could do that because he needed them and because I wanted to do that for him. And for me, that's a success that I don't even have to think twice about just buying my husband some new clothes and shoes and spending a couple $100 doing that. Paying for professional car wash and polish. I remember when I bought my first car several years ago, like 12, 13 years ago. It wasn't my first car, but it was my first brand new car. And I was out there washing and polishing that new car. And it was a Honda Jazz, a black Honda Jazz. And I was out there washing and polishing it several times a week. I don't have time to do that now. I didn't even have the desire to go out and wash and polish my car now. And I have a beautiful Mazda Max Sport now, but I don't have the time to do that. So, every once in a while, if my husband doesn't wash my car, which he usually does, if I want to go and book that in and have somebody else wash, polish, and vacuum it, I can do that if I want to. And if that's something that is your why, great. Be clear on it. Write it down. These are all the advantages of getting clear on your why for your business and what it's going to bring for you, what it's going to serve in your life. Hiring a VA and expanding your business at the right time, I might add. Working smarter, not harder. This is a huge one. This is if you don't have strategies and systems in place to leverage your time, to make it easy to respond to people efficiently and to run your business without you needing to be working on your business consistently, then you're going to be working very many hours in the day, very many days in the week. And I made that mistake when I first started my business back in 2011. I worked my ass off. I worked hours and hours every day. And it wasn't until the kids started noticing that I was working on my computer in the evenings instead of joining them watching TV in the evenings at nighttime and spending time with them. I would finish work, go pick them up from school, spend time with them in the afternoon, but then I would go back to the computer and I would be working again. That was my wake-up call that that's not how I want to run my business. I did not want to run my practice where it was taking away my family time in the evening. And that's when I realized working harder is not the best thing for me. Working smarter was going to be the best thing for me. So, that's something to really learn by putting strategies and tools in your business and streamlining things and having your most frequently asked questions about your services, your products, your standard replies to offering someone a phone call to have a coaching consult. Having all of those things as copied text ready for you to copy and paste and personalize makes life so much easier. I still do that. I have about 30 odd drafts in my email program that I can access from anywhere, remember, location dependent, so that I can just copy and paste the text that I need to answer the question, to deliver the information, to book a client, to provide to a student, whatever I need. It is copied and pasted from all my draft emails, because that helps me streamline my time instead of constantly typing and answering the same thing over and over. So, those things just make life so much easier when you do that. So this is where I want you to think about your personal and very selfish why. Why do you want to work for yourself? Why do you want to have your own business? Why do you want to make a certain amount of money? What are you going to get out of it? How is it going to enrich your life? What is it going to enable you to do? Because something that I stumbled upon the other day in researching a lot of different business methods and marketing strategies was a very interesting question. Why do you want to make this amount of money? Because if you want to make this amount of money, but the money's just sitting there, what are you supposed to do with that money? And that really got me thinking. I was like, that's a great question. If you want to make a certain amount of money and then eventually you do that, and then the money's just kind of sitting there and you're not doing anything with it, why did you want to make it in the first place? So, that really struck me, and I thought, that's a really profound question. So, what I did in December last year, I had some money sitting there left over from my tax, and I thought, what do I want to do with it? I don't just want to have the money sitting in the bank. That's not why I earned it. What do I want to do with it? So we installed some fans in our house, even though we have aircon, to make our life easier and more efficient and cost effective through summer and through winter. We enclosed in our outdoor patio area with waterproof, windproof blinds that is going to, it's beautiful that the dogs don't get wet when it rains. They get to keep the heat out. It makes it cool in there. It's effectively a new room. We just did these things to make life a bit more comfortable, and it was nice and easy to do. And that was something that motivated me to use that money. So, all these things, it's really important to think of them. So another post that I put up in relation to this on the 4th of February was about business startup money questions. And this is something for you to also think about, is what is the amount of money that you need to live without stress? And again, this comes back to, you don't need to earn 6 figures, 7 figures to be successful. You need to decide your why. Why do you want to do what you want to do? And how much money do you need to make in order to make your life less stressful, or in order to achieve what it is that you're setting out to do to help pay your mortgage off in 5 years, for example? So that's a really fantastic question for you to think about. What is the amount of money that you need to live life without stress? I mean, look, life is going to be stressful. There's always going to be ups and downs. I've certainly gone through that over the last 7 months with chronic pain, not knowing I had a large kidney stone in my kidney, and then having to have emergency surgery a month ago, and just having to have surgery again a few days ago to get it out. That's what I've been going through. But I've been able to deal with that because I haven't been stressed or worrying about money or my business. Because in the last 8 years, I wanted to structure my business, grow it into a company, educate people internationally, empower people with self-knowledge, change lives, and give people the tools to go out there and change more lives, so that we're creating a ripple effect of change and wellness in the world. So, that if I was worrying about money going through all of that in the last 7 months, that would have just increased my stress levels exponentially. But I didn't have to worry about that at all. I had no stress worrying about money while I was going through all this health stuff in the last several months. And I've got to tell you, that's worth the way that I've structured my business and my company. So, some other things to think about. How much money can you set aside each month to fund your startup business? How much money do you need to get things rolling and starting? And as you're going through the business modules of sustainable business in the diploma courses, this is where you can really start to think about these questions in helping you set up the structure of the foundation of your business. Are you willing to go into debt if you need to? What is the first monthly revenue goal you'd like to hit in your business? So as you're going through modules 10 and 11 and 12 particularly, and you're looking at your modern business plan, and you're looking at the structure of what services and products, what is your mission, what is your pricing structure, what goals do you want to hit in the first 3 months, what goals do you want to hit in the first 6 months, what products will you have launched, or your signature program, when will you have that ready to launch? And really, if you use the signature program of the outline of that 12-week program template in your final modules, you will have your coaching program ready to go when you complete your diploma course, so that you have that ready to launch straight away and start, even if it's not on one-on-one. If you want to leverage your time even more so, and you want to enroll 4 people in a group coaching program, following the structure and the outline of your 12-week program that you've designed in your diploma, you are effectively making money straight away. So that can contribute to your first 3 monthly financial goals in your business plan. And then you can have a look at ways to leverage that, build upon what you learned from that first round of coaching, so that in 6 months or 12 months, you're able to just scale that slightly, so that you're expanding your business and your income, as well as your reach in helping people change their lives. So I'm just going to stop talking for a moment and start looking at some of these comments here, so that I can say hello to some people. Let's see if it's going to let me do this. Okay, so I can see that Hannah and Kerry and Jody and Robin have been watching. So let me see. Hi, Hannah, how are you? Now, Hannah, I'm so pleased and excited for you that you have started your academy and that group coaching program, testing the waters with everybody. It's wonderful. You are taking massive action, and that's the key. We can have these fantastic ideas, but if we don't action our ideas, if we don't put our ideas and our passion into a way to reach people with them and educate people, teach people and empower people, help people, then we're not going to be able to do the things that we want to do. So congratulations, Hannah, on taking such massive action and getting started helping people with your group program. Okay, so you've said absolutely, it's all about defining success in line with what we value and how we want to live our life. Absolutely. Robin, I'm actually working on this in my module. Fantastic. I'm not sure when you put that there, Robin, so I'm not sure which actual comment or phrase I was referring to at that time. You so needed this live tonight. I plan on doing a lot more. As I've said, Robin, and everybody who's watching, I've just been in such horrendous pain with this kidney stone that I didn't even know I had until a month ago. And I was actually in chronic pain since July last year. But we didn't know what it was, and my kidney stone wasn't showing up on an x-ray or an ultrasound. It wasn't showing up at all. So we thought it was parasites, and then not till I had consistent blood in my urine and my bloods were showing fine, that they finally sent me for a CT scan early in January, and that's when I was rushed in for emergency surgery for a stent in my ureter up into my right kidney, and actually knew what was happening. And by that stage, my kidney stone was 16 millimeters, which was quite large. So yes. So I plan on doing a lot more lives. I plan on doing a lot more training. And the reason why I wanted to get on and do this live, which is turning into quite a long building your business thing now, is because I plan on structuring a few different new things in my private practice a little bit differently this year. And as I go through those processes, I plan on running some live masterclass trainings with you. So whether it's narrowing your niche, building your list, because your list is something you can control. You can't really control Facebook, their algorithm, Google ads, Facebook ads. You can't really control that very well. But what you can control is how you get people onto your list, build that rapport and that safe place with them by providing value and education and inviting them to become a part of your offerings in time. So building your list and your newsletter structure and having a strategy for that, which is honestly something I've often really been turned off by. Strategies, tools, having to put when you're blogging this and doing that. Ugh. I couldn't think of anything worse. I'm very much organic and like to just sort of schedule things as I feel them and when things come to me. But, when you are in business for a while and you start to actually surprise yourself with how productive you can be, you realize the benefit of actually having strategies and implementing them a little bit more smartly than how I have been doing it. So yes, Robin and everybody else is watching, I do plan on doing a lot more lives and going through different strategies for building your business, because it's wonderful for you to go through the course and learn how to coach people, learn to do your own personal growth work, challenge your own stories, work with the brain and the mind, and really step out of the old and into the new, and know how to do that with your clients, and then how to structure that foundation of your business and get your business up and running. But it's learning what to do from then on, and that's where I think I could serve you so much more by providing more masterclass trainings on particularly these aspects of building a business and marketing and structuring strategically, different parts of your business to work for you, to work smarter, not harder. So this is what I plan on doing this year. And the way that I'm going to do it is I'll invite you all to a live training masterclass where we'll have some really fantastic training on specific things. So whether that is leveraging your time by creating your signature program and really getting very, very clear on your signature offering and how you can work that with your clients one-on-one or online, whether you want to turn it into a course or a program later on down the track, or however you want to do that. Doing specific trainings to help you build your business, actually build your business the way that you want to, that is going to serve your why, your big why, narrowing your niche, getting clearer on who it is that you want to help. And look, honestly, I have changed my niche several times, my message, my tagline, all those things over the last 8 years. I've changed several times because in the beginning, I wanted to help everybody, and we all know we can't help everybody. We'd love to, but it's just too confusing for our potential clients, for our dream clients that we really do want to work with and we know we can help. It's too confusing for them to know if we're the right person to work with them if we are talking about too many different things that we can help them with. We have to really be clear on the problem and the pain points of those particular clients that we know we can help, we want to help, and we love helping, and that we would help even if we weren't paid. Those are the clients that we really need to narrow our niche and our message down to, because there's going to be plenty of those particular clients to work with without trying to cover too much or serve too many people. It's just too much, and it's really not in your best interest of running your business. So narrowing your niche, leveraging your business, strategies to implement in your business to streamline everything. All of these things I plan on doing masterclass trainings this year. And what I'll do is invite you all to come and do the work with me live. And what I'll do then is turn these masterclass trainings on these specific business building strategies into online paid products under the Institute to help other coaches and practitioners who want to purchase the trainings to get clear on their things. So that's part of actually structuring another product into my business by offering tremendous value and being able to turn that into a product that will serve, our students and our graduates and our practitioners who may not have done their initial training with us, but still want help building their holistic business and making an impact in the world in their own unique way. So that's what I plan on doing. Okay, so what else do we have here? Thank you, Hannah. I'm so glad that it's giving you the confidence and the extra tools that you needed. It's so hard when you're an entrepreneur and you work for yourself, particularly when you work at home, because we spend a lot of time on our own and we don't get to really bounce ideas off of other people and just have that confirmation that we're not cuckoo and we're not crazy, and the things that we want to do, we can make them work. We just have to figure out how. So I think it's more important. That's what this community is about, is really supporting each other, knowing that we're not alone in business, and that, you know, we're really all trying to help people in our own unique way. And there's really no right or wrong way to do that. So fantastic, awesome. Okay, so I've gone on for quite long enough now. I think this is nearly approaching about a half an hour. I'm sitting here with an ice pack behind me, and I've got the Grammys on the big screen in front of me, on silent. So I'm going to watch the Grammys. I mean, how cool is that? I get to be working from home today. I'm doing some assessing today, and I get to watch the Grammys. My darling husband, though, he's just had 7 weeks at home with me. He's been wonderful, amazing, taking care of me and taking care of everything else around the house and everything while I've been going through this you know, kidney stone drama. And he's gone back to work today. So he is at work, Skyping me as usual, but back at work after 7 weeks off, and isn't home to watch the Grammys with me. So that's a bit of a shame. But anyway, okay, so hopefully this has been helpful. It's given you some questions to think about for yourself as an entrepreneur and as a business owner, not just as a coach or practitioner, but as a business owner. You know, it's fantastic to do these courses and you know, get qualified and certified in this or that, no matter what you do. Remember, you don't need more training. Sometimes you just need to trust that you already know enough and get started. Take action. So part of taking action as a business owner, not as a practitioner or a coach, but as a business owner, you need to know how to run your business and why you want to have a business. What are you going to get out of it? What is your why? So spend some time this week really considering those questions on those posts from 4th of February in this group. Just scroll down, find the posts from the 4th of February. One is business startup money questions, and the other one is the passion can be fleeting. So you need to be very clear on a very personal and a very selfish why. Why do you want to be in business? Be very clear on that, because if you're not, you know, it's too easy to compare to other people, other businesses and other coaches out there doing their thing, and to get caught up in their idea of success and measuring and comparing yourself against that, instead of staying true to yourself and your message and your passion and your why. You've got to be true to yourself. So trust yourself, trust that you know enough, trust that whatever you don't know at this point, you will figure out. You will find a way, you will learn how, but don't compare yourself to others. You're right where you are now for a reason. So even if you need to isolate and write down the things that you don't know that you need to learn, then send them to me. Comment underneath this video and let me know, what is it that you need to learn? What training can I create and develop and deliver for you that will help you to get where you need to go, to learn what you need to do, to develop the business that you want to develop? And I will do it. I will develop the training. You will get it for free. We'll turn it into a masterclass training, and it will be a new product then underneath the Institute. But as a graduate, as a student, you get it for free. You get to have this experience and pick my brains for free. This is part of being one of our beloved students and our graduates. You know, I'm not in this to make money. I'm in this to educate, empower, and give you choice in your life. And that's from self-knowledge. It's just about learning what we don't know, making the unfamiliar familiar. Remember your brain hacks. So I'm going to wind this up because it's just over half an hour now, and that's long enough. But hopefully it's given you some great ideas to think about in being authentically, uniquely you in business, and what that means to you, what it's going to create for you, and your big, huge why you want this in the first place. So take care, everybody. I will be a lot more visible in the group now as I start to slowly get on the mend and get my mojo back and feel good. So I hope you're all feeling good. It's February, so whatever your intentions were for this year, revisit them. My big intention this year was connection, connect back with myself, and then connect back with the people who I truly want to help in the most beneficial way that I can serve them. So take care, everybody. Be good, be kind, share your wins, share your questions, and share your triumphs in the group. Support each other. That's what we're here for. Take care, and we'll talk soon. Bye.